Hey everybody, we're back with hour 3 of Roleplay Blades. Aldo and Careless Firm have infiltrated the Leviathan Hunter Lancer. And just as they were about to swing into action to assault or trick or whatever, Lady Clave, the jig is up, the door is banged open, the machinery is going bananas, and the ship's master Chalk, you guys don't know his name, but just so we can refer to him more easily, the big tattooed guy who's on fire, he's running directly at the person in front, whoever that is. You can decide right now if you want, whoever is the lead here.
Yeah, I think seeing the sparking, malfunctioning engine-like device behind, and seeing the target in there with now 3 or 4 people, you can kind of see Careless in his like completely terrifying smile, just like looking and like almost like Sherlock Holmes, slowly like adding like, if we kill this person, kill that person, we are able to
Yeah.
Right. But I'd also add, so that's happening, but we also get a flashback potentially, John.
Yeah.
Of, is it possible that knowing that she is in this room before this situation would have happened, I would have had Myth or me or Aldo jam the other door so that they cannot escape from this room?
That is the exact type of thing that flashbacks are for.
So
the way we do that is there may or may not be an action roll. Sometimes there isn't. And there may or may not be a stress cost. So it's kind of 0, 1, or 2 is the typical range. You can get higher if you want to get real crazy. But it's on me as the GM to figure it out. A 0 stress thing is like, oh yeah, of course you would have brought your thing. I mean, obviously, that would be 0 stress. Like you can just do it. 1 stress are for things that would have required some sort of forethought and action to do, but are well within the realm of plausibility that is a thing that would have occurred. And then 2 stress and more are for the like, yeah, I
happen to have a pistol.
I go into the coat closet and my rifle's hidden in the, or I've planted explosives all around the room and I have the detonator or whatever, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think
I'm feeling a 1, John.
I'm kind of feeling a 1. I think it's a 1, and I think it's a prowl, right? It's like this was a Careless Firm solo op that happened just before, right? Yeah. You like snuck around the ship, found the right door, barred it somehow without being seen, and then met Aldo down in the lower decks, right?
Yeah.
So that's the flashback we see. We see what, and the way we see it in the room is one guy goes over. It's not like a red fire alarm pole, but there is a thing built into the wall for like a fire on the ship or something like that. There's a bell that you can pull. One guy rushes over and grabs it to like call the brigade to come and put this potential fire out or do whatever. This like clattering bell starts going off, and we see Clave like turn and open the back door to vent the smoke and stuff, because clearly that's her first maneuver, and the thing just doesn't budge. It's like bang, it just stops. So take 1 stress for that, and then you're gonna make a prowl roll.
Okay.
And
risky, or what is it? Control?
It's risky with standard effect. What you're risking here in the flashback is point of heat. So did your prowl go off with this flashback just fine, and like nobody saw nothing? This is just circumstance, or is someone later going to be like, yeah, I did see something strange?
Standard then, or what?
Standard, yeah.
And bonus dice, because I hit prowl, I don't actually hit bonus dice, right? Unless I want to help myself or something like that.
Exactly, right. You can push yourself for heat. Yep.
I will push myself. So that's 1 stress for 2, you said?
2 stress for 1 die.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
How about I lobby Anne helping me with Myth? Myth like led the way to make sure that nobody saw.
That's perfect. Yeah. If Anne wants to spend
willing to take the stress. It's okay if you're not. It's okay.
I'm at 5 right now. I can take 1 more, right?
Yes, you can. I mean, Aldo was there too. He could have potentially helped you as well. So
Aldo, what is your stress at? Do you want to help?
Spread the stress around?
Yeah.
This is for heat, so it kind of saves us. You want to take one then? I'll do 2 bonus dice on top of the 2 that I have for Prowl.
That's absolutely fine.
Thanks. Yeah,
What's the worst that could happen with 4 dice?
Wait, hang on, Jeff. So Aldo's helping you. You get a bonus die from him.
Yeah, and Anne.
Only one person can assist you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Who has less stress? Is it Aldo or Anne?
I have less.
Okay, so you help out. But you went with me, and you're like watching the corners and stuff.
Yeah. We see that in the flashback. Like this was actually like when the drinks arrived. When people are distracted, you guys are like jamming the door closed surreptitiously.
Based on this roll, I'd like to role play how I break the door. By the way.
Okay. Nice.
So for input value, bonus dice just 1, but
Just
because
one.
it's skirmish, I'll have a 3 dice. Or I got a 6.
Oh,
What's up? It is possible. Dare to dream.
Jeff can also roll 6.
Diana's alive.
I never thought it'd happen.
All right, I think like Aldo's looking around the corner. We're kind of making our way over there. I'm like whistling some kind of worker whistle tune. And I get over to the door and I kind of size it up real quick. And then in that herky jerky thing you saw at in the first episode, he drops his fucking elbow as hard as he can, really quick on the door, and just snaps off the handle. And it rips up his elbow. And he looks at it and he grabs it and then he licks the blood. And says, "Okay, we can go." And then like walks off.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. So she like bang hits the door. Doesn't happen. They're trapped in there. So, well, I mean, maybe there's an axe or something, but they're currently trapped.
And then it comes sucking back to that scene, and I think through the sparky green flame ectoplasm, as Aldo had said, I believe it actually might have been off camera for you guys. So unfortunately, you didn't get to see this awesomeness, but you'll see it now. Aldo looks at Careless, and Careless looks at Aldo, and his smile gets a little bit more wide on his face, and he says, "Aldo, I believe it's time." And then he, I think Myth is just in tune with this as well, and just knows what to do. And then, John, we spring to action.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. And I look at him, and I unbutton the top button of my worker outfit. Right then.
Yeah. So Master Chalk, he bangs the apron out and like tears his shirt off over his head, and he has that like not toned, but like that like Eastern European muscle man kind of body, or he's just like, he looks thick. It just like he's spent his whole life laboring and lifting heavy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he throws the shirt down and stamps it with his boot and looks up to see you finishing your maneuver with the button there, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" And that's when you go. So 2 things are happening right now. There's a new clock on the screen here, the reinforcements clock. So the bell is ringing. Reinforcements are coming. They don't know that you guys are here, but they know that some bad shit is happening in the engine room, or the electrical room rather. So I've ticked one of those. And then the other clock is the Marines. So the Marines aren't here, but they're 8 clock ticks worth of trouble when they arrive. And you guys know that. You know that shipboard Marines are fucking nasty assholes who can mess your shit up, but they're probably asleep somewhere or something right now. Or maybe they're on shore. You don't know where they are, but
Far away.
they're not in the room with you right now. So what do you do first?
Quick question. There is the muscly tattoo guys in front of us.
Yep.
There's 3 other workers or 2 other workers?
3 other workers and the captain.
And the captain. Okay.
Yep.
The captain's a target, you said, right?
Yep.
5 total people.
5 total people. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So,
I have to make another clock. Sorry. I just remembered.
So many clocks.
You and your freaking clocks, John.
I know.
Jeez.
I can't get enough. Massive fire and explosion.
Yeah, but that could be anything.
There we go.
Wait,
That's up for interpretation.
what?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The electrical systems have gone totally bananas and are like sparking all over the room and throwing blue fire against the wall and stuff. And it hasn't gotten to a point. The dynamo is like whirring faster and faster, and shit's getting worse. But
This is what we want. I think as we spring to action, you asked us to describe, and Aldo, go ahead and do that. But I think for my part, I start strutting towards the captain.
Okay.
Just like walking towards her, and I just like flick my finger at the other three guys, and I believe Myth is going to go after him.
nice.
If it's gonna all explode, why wouldn't we just like lock them in there and then just leave and wait?
Maybe that's how we dispose of the bodies, and
That's our alibi.
it's
Yeah.
part of the fucking plan, and it's all in Caleb's head.
Kill them first. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Well, we don't want to be in there with them.
You could
I
just,
know.
you could
No,
just
we
cross your fingers and hope the explosion kills her. That's probably fine.
Okay.
I thought you guys are professionals. Come on.
This is like
So-
a badass fight scene, guys. Don't worry.
What
Yeah,
if-
although I want to hear it. I want to hear it, Zeke. Like this guy's in your face. He knows you're not part of his crew. He knows something's wrong.
Right.
You guys have the two bruisers understand each other moment, right? What do you do? What's your move?
You guys hear that?
What?
Never mind, it's gone. Just making sure you didn't hear it. Go ahead.
Okay. So now, quick question, just before we begin, there is that assassin's rigging that we have.
Yeah, you guys have Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
That is
And we
right.
have 2 items that we could have brought with us.
Yes. So we forgot this rule, but with deception plans, it's kind of implied that you're not carrying heavy loads, right? Because you can't be like, hey, we're laborers, and you're like wearing swords.
A
on your
Gatling gun. Yeah.
So it's probably light by default. But yeah, with Assassin's Rigging, you have 2 free slots for weapons, essentially. So you could actually have a heavy weapon on you, even with your light loadout.
Well, I was thinking like it says an unusual weapon. I'm thinking like a
Yeah.
giant fucking wrench,
totally. Yeah, that's perfect.
because I'm a worker and stuff. So like I honestly imagine like a giant fucking pipe wrench
Mm-hmm.
that I'm just kind of like dragging behind me like a club.
That's awesome. Yeah, like one of those big industrial ones. Yeah, that's awesome. Totally.
Okay.
What do you do with that?
So well, I look at, what's his name again?
Master Chalk.
Master Chalk. I look at him and I look at him and I say, well, if you didn't know it, now you know. A school's in, and I'm going to teach you the last lesson you're ever going to get. And I just like, as like it's sitting on the ground behind me, I got my hand on it, and then I just reach and up, like try and take his head off through his jaw.
Nice. Yeah, he was like about to, on the ball of his feet, like about to like double leg you, like wrestle or a double leg takedown underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's obviously like the best thing to do, right? He's like going low and trying to cut low, so you're sweeping up, and he has to suddenly adjust in the middle of his move and throw himself against the wall. Maybe maybe not. It sounds like you're skirmishing him to me, Zeke.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll your skirmish.
Okay. So I
This
Okay.
guy's trouble.
Okay.
It's 1-on-1. He's ready to go.
Our first combat.
It's desperate. This guy's no joke at all. It's going to be a desperate roll, but standard effect, because you're both like you
Allow me.
you have a really good weapon here. You're not just using your fists or something. So
John, this guy is on fire, according to you. Comes clambering through a door, is surprised by a group of miscreants.
Yeah.
And you're going to say this guy's ready for combat, John?
yeah,
Does that sound like the description for a guy ready for combat, John?
yeah.
I'm starting another clock, John. This one. Double bullshit DM clock.
I mean,
You got a 6 out of 4 on it.
if you had rolled not a 3 on your engagement roll,
Whoa.
you
Low blow, John.
Too soon.
you totally could have taken these people by surprise, and they would not have been ready for you at all. But the way it is, there's a little bit of a standoff first, a little bit of a eye to eye.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start a Jeff gets wrecked clock over here.
You can just go ahead and
Not
fill it. You can
necessary,
just go ahead and
it's
fill
always
it. Fine.
there.
It's fine.
All right. So can I take 2 stress and push myself?
You
Is
can.
it 2, right?
Yep. You can.
Okay. I'll take 2 stress, push myself because this guy is the most threatening, of course, right?
Yeah, I mean, the sailors in the room are no joke. They're tough guys for sure, but this
Right.
guy's the biggest threat.
Right.
The easy devil's bargain here is your weapon. Like you get a bonus die because you just lay into him real good, but at that cramped corridor, it's kind of hard to use it well. So during this exchange, you're going to lose hold of it. He's going to like disarm you, or not disarm you like a kung fu move or something, but like just in the wrestling match. I'll offer you that as a devil's bargain for your weapon.
Okay.
If you want to take a bonus die.
And I have brutal, so I gain +1 effect when I harm targets.
Shit,
If
then
wielding a heavier weapon.
it's great effect then, not standard. Desperate and great effect currently.
Okay.
And
Got
a bonus die if you want to
Experience.
get disarmed.
So 1 bonus die for my pushing myself.
Yep.
And did you say 1 more for something else?
If you want the devil's bargain, yeah, you can take another bonus die. But you're going to lose the wrench during the scuffle.
You'll drop Greenwich, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But you don't have to take that if you
I'm
don't
not.
want to.
I'm not gonna. So 1 bonus die, so it's gonna be 4 total.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
this.
All right.
You got this.
Hold on. Let me get to the right
Zeke.
page here we go.
Let's see if you can one-shot this guy. Oh my god.
shit.
I
A
got
motherfucking crit.
it.
Oh,
Zeke, high five to the
Holy
internet.
And you get a 6, and you get a 6, and you get a
God
6.
damn. And a 2 for Jeff. Holy shit. Oh my god. Explain
John,
this to me,
describe the decapitation for us, please.
Yeah,
Please.
man. Hell yeah. So before I get narrative, just we're still learning the game, right? You had great effect, which is like 3 ticks on a clock. If we imagined he was 4, you can imagine that.
right.
But you got a crit like more than that. So it's not just like breaking a collarbone or something. You like go all the way. I said that he was going for the double leg, and then you went for the uppercut, and he had to adjust in the middle. That whole adjusting thing does not work out for him at all. You're just way too fast. The wrench is already going before he sees it in the dark, and it catches him exactly where you wanted, and it splits his jaw. His lower jaw breaks. His teeth go everywhere. You hear them like clatter off the walls of the corridor. Even with the surging dynamo behind you, there's these little chiclet noises banging against the wall. And I think we get a reverse shot, so it's not like totally unfilmable for television, right? Like it's the back of his head now, and we see the tip and teeth of the wrench like pop out, and his hair, tears sideways, and you just brain him completely. Just gone. Like the head of the wrench is inside his skull, and he smashes against the wall and clatters down.
I think it makes for a nice slow motion badass walk towards the captain for me. Instead of an explosion of fire behind me, the guy's entire brain pan splattering the wall.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I just look down at him, and I see the thing, and I look up at the 3 remaining guys, and I just say, "End of lesson." No,
Nice.
yeah. So it says with increased effect if you get a crit or whatever.
Yep.
So would it be like, and this I might be talking outside of the game here, but would it be terrible if these like, because it would be easier if these guys just like pissed their pants and left.
We don't want them to leave.
We don't want them to leave. Okay.
They would be witness to us murdering.
Right. True. Okay.
You could lawyer for something like
No
they are
witnesses.
afraid to fight you, and thus you get like a +1 against them or something.
Yeah.
That's a thing you can do. You can use
Yeah.
command for that. You can roll this in your murder into a command roll right now to like stare these dudes down, and command them to don't make a fucking move or get out of here or whatever your command is. You can roll your crit into like intimidating the shit out of these guys. You can totally
Right. So
Yeah.
as Careless is walking towards the captain, I just kind of say, like, talk forward to him, say, "Are we teaching all of these guys today, Careless?"
And then he's walking towards her. He just simply says, "Oh, it's all of them, for sure."
Right then.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm hoping that just scared the shit out of them, so they're just easier to, take care of.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Because we don't want to tell him to leave. We still want to kill him.
So there's a special ability called Savage that actually does this. Like when you commit acts of violence, you get a bonus die when you command people. And you don't have that special ability,
right?
But you did get a crit. So we're gonna let that be your special effect here. You're gonna essentially have Savage for a second. If you want to buy it permanently, you can get it later. But this thing you're doing is going to give you that effect, and
I like it.
And that gives me plus, when you command a frightened target, take +1 dice.
Yep. So you're gonna get a bonus die and roll your command.
Okay.
And so you tell me what reaction you're aiming for here. Do you want them to freeze up? Do you want them to flee? Do you want them to go into a frenzy of combat, or like what's the desired outcome?
I think the desired outcome is, because I'd rather not, like, I don't want to, like, kill someone who's cowering in fear.
I mean, they can just hesitate. They're hardened sailors. They might just, like, take a pause, like and then someone else can act before them, right? Like they don't actually give up, but they're just like frozen in the moment,
I got an idea. Like they stand there and they all look at each other, and then one shoves the other one.
You get him.
Yeah.
It's like they're looking around, then the both guys on the end shove the middle guy. Like,
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I took my experience for the desperate action.
Yep, good.
Cool.
And that goes into your prowess track.
Oh, automatically it doesn't go to where I want it. Okay.
Nope. It goes into the thing you use when for desperate rolls. That's a special case.
Gotcha.
Yes, command +1 die. Let's see.
Okay.
How it goes.
Here we go. And it's what action?
Command.
No, controlled risky.
Oh, sorry. It's risky. Risky standard.
Okay. Risky
Got
standard.
this, dog.
Bonus dice +1.
5.
Boom.
Five.
You do it.
And also
Five's
Myth is
good.
going after him too, by the way.
5 is 2 more than 3.
Very good, Marcus.
Yes.
So you do it, and there's a complication, but it's easy for me. I have my clocks, right? My reinforcement and massive fire. Like there's a beat here in the TV show where they pause for a second. You say the thing about, are we teaching more lessons today? They stop for a second. The dynamo goes cha-cha-cha-cha bang, and like part of it goes flying out the side and wedges this like metal razor edged piece of the thing, wedges itself in the wall, like sprang. The bell is clanking below you. You hear like people running through corridors and upstairs. And then the two guys look at each other and shove the other two forward. And that's when Myth is hitting them, I think, right, Jeff? And then you're gonna like walk through the fire. It's the classic dramatic scene. Like the boss is on the other side of the room, the middle of the room is on fire, and she pulls her saber out, and you're gonna like walk through the flames and go get her. That sounds badass to me.
Let's roll on my sleeve and walk through the fire.
Let's do Myth first, and then Careless, I guess.
Okay. So do I just do like slash roll 2d6?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay. And
but with my ability,
Myth automatically gets potency on his effect. So it doesn't give you dice, but it raises their effect. So like instead of just like biting and fighting like a normal dog, when Careless commands Myth, they do more damage and they're more imposing and stuff like that. So there's a chance for Myth to just outright kill one of them with this move if you
get a Myth.
Do
unless you crit.
Boo! Yeah,
6.
there it is.
Wow.
6. Yeah, so they shove that guy forward and they shove him forward, and as he's going, he reaches to the work table and like picks up a screwdriver. And while his head is turned, Myth is in the air. And as he turns back, we just see the dog like just get him, and down he goes, and they roll around the ground, and there's a snapping noise.
Sweet.
Yeah, badass. And then Mr. Firm walks through burning electrical blue fire.
Can we like cut to Rune on the docks, like just sitting there drinking with Miss Cataby, and I just kind of laugh because I like know what happened.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. There's like a little bit of the Myth ember glow in your eye for a second. It's like, yeah, sweet.
My role in skirmish.
So you tell me, Jeff. So do you want to avoid these flames somehow, or do you just want to make a resistance roll and just walk at her and be like, I don't care. If I'm
gonna take damage, I walk around it just for cool effect. Just walking closer again.
Yeah. So like the way that it works is I can say like you're gonna take 2 harm from the fire, and you're gonna be like, no, I resist that, and you'll automatically do so, but you'll take some amount of stress in resisting it. Or you can make an action roll, probably prowl in this case, to like maneuver around, do a cool way of like getting around the fire and cornering her in the back of the room at the same time.
Sure, then prowl it is.
Yeah, cool. A risky prowl roll.
Effect.
Standard effect. I don't have a devil's bargain. Do you want to push yourself?
I would have just 2 dice in this, I guess.
Yeah, you have two prowl, right?
No, I'll roll it. I'm feeling it.
Let's do it.
6.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
in fuego.
It's combat time, guys. My characters in combat know what to do.
You're right. You're right.
So tell us your cool move, Jeff. How do you get around this burning disaster?
So I think the fire is actually, can I just walk through it and it doesn't seem to affect me? Is that badass enough?
I think that would be the resistance test. That would be you just sucking it up.
All right, fine. Then
I think this is some kind of physical move.
Because you wanted me to corner her as well. She's like backing up or something like that.
Yeah, she has her sword out. She sees you coming. She kind of tries the door again and realizes she's gonna have to go get the sledgehammer off the wall and try to knock the door down. And if you had blown this roll, maybe she would have had time to try that, but she doesn't.
I think the benefit of
she takes up a fencer's stance and is like, okay.
Okay. I
got nowhere to run.
Our perspective is from her trying the door or whatever, and it's just him like Terminator strutting from around the fire and rolling up his sleeves and just coming at her. Nice.
Yeah, it's like maybe cat-like reflexes, kind of like the fire's like whipping out and it just doesn't hit you.
Yep.
Yeah, so she's when you get up close, you see like the smoke is starting to fill the room now. She coughs a little bit into her sleeve. She's got the sea captain look, like the leathery skin, scarred, the 1,000-yard stare that Leviathan Hunter captains get. And she clearly does not know exactly what's going on here. Like something horrible went wrong in her electrical system, and then killers like popped out of nowhere or something. So normally someone would be like freaking out and being like, what is this? Who are you? What do you want? But there's none of that. She just gives you this really steely look. Like she knows you're here to kill her, and why just is not very interesting right now. So do you have a weapon out? Are you
No, it's just the thing. He just walks at her.
Oh shit. Okay, nice. I love that. Hands down at your sides?
He like finishes rolling his sleeves, and yeah, he just like he's got his hands like in front of him like this, but he's just walking at her. Okay. As if he's like quick draw pistol. He doesn't have any, obviously.
Nice. Yeah, so she's a fencer and she's got her sword out, and so she takes up her stance, and as you get within her range with no apparent weapon or anything, she lunges for your heart, like she does what she's supposed to do and just goes for it. What do you do?
Well, I guess we have to. Do we let the dice determine?
Yeah, you can roll first. That's fine.
Because I don't want to like describe this badass thing that I roll 3 ones.
Yeah, all we need to know is what your action is, and that will like constrain what you're doing. If it's finesse or if it's skirmish, or what kind of action are you doing here?
I think it is. Well, I'm gonna obviously levy skirmish is what I'm thinking, because I have cornered her. And again, I'd rather describe it after the dice, if that's okay with you.
That's totally fine.
I'm trying to move into her guard, and I'm just going to execute her, but I don't want to
Yeah, yeah.
actually do that.
So skirmish. Devil's bargain here.
Is it desperate or risky?
Oh yeah, right. It's desperate. She is a master swordsman.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
And limited effect. If you're
Only limited?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
She's a master swordsman.
I'm fucking careless firm, John.
I know you are. I know. Careless firm can push himself for +1 effect and get back up to standard. If you want.
Yeah, push yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to push myself. So I'll push myself.
That'll actually let you do direct harm with standard effect. You won't one-shot her, but you will actually like fight for real against someone with a sword with your apparently bare hands.
So we're staying at standard. Bonus dice is 1 for pushing myself.
Nope, you get bonus effect, but not a bonus die.
All right, I'm gonna roll these 3 dice then. 6.
Ooh,
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Damn, dude.
you guys are doing it. You're
So I
doing
think-
it up.
So you let me know
Yeah.
if a acceptable outcome of this.
Mark your
Is
XP
that
in prowess,
Oh shit.
and then tell us.
Would it be okay if I take her weapon from her?
With standard effect,
A crit, John. A motherfucking crit.
you didn't get a crit. What are you talking about?
I got a
You got a
6.
You got a 6.
one
It's a
6.
half crit.
2 6s is the crit.
It's a half crit.
Jeff wrecked clock filled again.
That's just the thing, John. It's always going.
I don't think so. No, I think this is a fair fight. You got it's standard effect. You harm her in some way, but I don't think you.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when you say harm, is this like 1 of 2 or 3 is what we're saying, and then she dies type of thing?
Yeah, basically, you could think of this as like a level 2 harm to her. You're
Okay.
you're injuring her in the skirmish, but she's not out.
You edit, and you'll probably have to dial back my badassery because in my
Good.
head this is way
Just
cooler
go.
than it probably is.
Just go. That's fine.
She like lunges at me. I roll into her like past the sword. One arm grabs her wrist that she lunged at me with. The other one punches under her throat and is trying to close her windpipe.
Nice.
With and I'm like, you know, I have one arm on her other arm and I'm inside of her guard now.
Yeah, totally. She doesn't overextend on her lunge. She's like ready for this because she's super good, but you're too quick. And you get inside her guard. You've got her by the wrist. She starts to do a kind of duelist's move where she, instead of getting out of the wrist lock, she twists her blade around and draws it across your wrist to cut the hand that you're grabbing her with. And as she does that, wham, fist into the windpipe. And her head snaps back and she coughs and chokes, and then tries to do her cutting disarm to free herself from your entanglement. So everyone continues to fight. It sounds like Myth is like jumping on another sailor. Aldo, I guess you're finishing off the third guy, maybe.
Yeah.
Firm, you're fighting the captain.
Yep.
You guys outside, anything you want to do? I mean, you don't have to,
Yeah,
but
I
if you want
mean,
to, you can.
Well, it would probably make sense that like once we've kind of done this, we would anticipate that there would be some level of reinforcement. So, you know, wouldn't we want to consider like kind of escaping away once we've distracted?
Yeah, if you want to take this opportunity to just leave, you have the opportunity right now to get out of there. No one is looking at you. All the sailors are looking at the boat, and some of the more senior people who know stuff that haven't been hired on, they run off into the ship because they know the alarm means something really bad is happening. But yeah, no one is like watching you right now. You can just vanish into the city.
I think I kind of like look at Rune and raise one eyebrow and just kind of like the head nod into the hole. And
Do I need to? I don't need to like maintain any distance with Myth, right? Because he's like kind of he's like his own thing.
If you wanted to like give him direct commands and control him in some way, you need to be close by. But if it's just like go with Firm and fight with him, then you don't have to be nearby. You can just.
Okay, cool. So then I just look at Miss Cataby, and I'm just like, I've never actually learned how to play cards.
I'll gladly teach you sometime.
Cool. So we're gonna leave, and she's gonna go teach me how to play cards.
You guys stroll away into the city as the alarm fades behind you, and then we cut back to like full volume in the room, like fire and everything. It's fucking crazy.
Good luck.
No,
like
I'm not taking reinforcements again because you guys you got all 6s on your fighting, so like that was a very fast
Nice.
exchange. I am taking another massive fire and explosion because there's just no one's doing anything about it, and it's just going way out of control. So after this next exchange of violence, if nothing changes, this place is going up. It's blowing up, and you can do stuff about that. You can
You can see it escalating. So
yeah, you totally know it's about to happen, but
Okay.
just keep that in mind for your next chain of actions here. Who wants to go first?
So we'll have 2 actions. We'll have 1 round of combat and then 1 to decide whether or not we do something about
Yeah,
that.
you'll have at the end of this skirmish round, basically, like that's when you look at the dynamo, it's like bang, and it's gonna go
Okay.
off.
Well,
So,
wait
yeah.
a second. Well, do we have coming from the outside? Did we know about that?
You heard the alarm and probably like could see some flashing lights or something inside the ship.
Yeah, that's why that scene makes little to no sense, Marcus. He said that everyone's like, I hear alarms, and they're running inside. You guys are like, let's go play cards.
Whatever. It's just like
I like that they were just
Doesn't
devil may
matter.
care. They were like, they got this. It's fine.
Yeah, it was Peter Griffin like going in anyway. So but we wouldn't like know, that we should go stop this thing that's gonna blow up because we actually don't know about that.
We wouldn't know that the ship is on the verge of exploding. No.
You would not, and you wouldn't have a good reason to expect that either. Also, like if you rushed in there and were like, we're here to stop what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
Well, just for the record, Miss Cataby's going to be really pissed off if the GM got to blow up the boat and we did.
like it's not that well. We'll see what level of explosion it is.
All right. Well, I
But
think
it's
then-
not a nuclear bomb. So
I think then we would be trying to make it to the rest of the crew, right?
yeah, if you want to, this can be a ruse. Like you guys go off confidently into the city and then double back when no one's looking, and that's completely fine.
They were able to backtrack or whatever. If you guys thought that was
Yeah,
part of the game plan or something like that,
You can do
Well,
a
'cause are we
flashback whenever you want.
To are we gonna be able to get to them to engage and to help them with combat before the ship blows up? Because we only have 1 turn anyway.
Yeah. So this is that again. That's a perfect
Okay.
flashback situation. You can be like, yeah, this was all part of our plan. We made it look like we left, but actually we were actually here, and I'll tell you how much stress that is for that flashback, and then you can do something in the scene.
Okay.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
Do we know how many reinforcements are gonna show up?
Probably a contingent of Marines. So like 5 trained soldiers.
I mean, yeah. If we only have 1 round to fight people, I don't see how us being there to fight a total of maybe 7 to 8 people is gonna help you guys, right? I mean, what are we supposed to do if we only have 1 turn before the ship blows up? Or are we supposed to stop the ship from blowing up somehow? Because I feel like we need to finish off the people in the room and then just book it. So that's why I kind of was I don't feel like we need to show up on the ship.
Right.
No.
You're right.
Right. Because it's not like we're gonna kill those people in the room and then fight the reinforcements and then get off the ship. There's not time for that.
Yeah.
God,
I
if only
totally
there
agree.
was other options than just fighting the people in the room, like creating a distraction or cutting off reinforcements, or
Well, are the reinforcements already on the ship?
we don't
or-
know. He hasn't.
I see
narratively
how it
described
is.
that.
Jeff gets to kill everything. We just have to clear the path for him to kill everything. Yeah, sure. I'll fucking create your distraction.
Jeff gets to kill everything. The girls go play
Jeff-
poker. What?
So
I'll go
yeah,
kill something
just I mean,
myself. How about that for a distraction? Let's just go create some heat. You
Kill a fucking passerby.
let me
Yeah.
just
If
let's
only there
pause,
were other
pause.
options.
People, just take a pause. Take a pause.
With you, dude.
One moment. Let me answer Anne's question. So
Oh.
you can say, "Hey, John, I want to know where the reinforcements are coming from. I want to do that by doing something. You tell me what. We'll roll and see what happens, and then you can say, okay, I know where the reinforcements are coming from, and now I want to deal with them by doing whatever. So it's totally fine for you to like, sort of insist or like tell me like this is what I'm trying to accomplish, and then we'll figure out how to get you there, or I'll say like, man, it's not gonna work. But those are things you can do as a part of the crew here, and you've had a lot of time messing with the dudes with the drinks, so
Right.
there's
Are
plenty
all
of
the
flashback room there.
Drunk now? They've all been drinking.
Yeah, they're not those guys. They're
okay.
the Marines, but just what I'm trying to get at, because we're all new to this, is like your character doesn't currently know those things, but
Right.
there's this kind of flashback gray area where you can be like, actually, like that's something I would have wanted to check. Where are the reinforcements? Are they, so
Okay.
Because we're getting used to the system, I want to keep reminding you. I'm not trying to play your characters for you. I just want to remind you that things you don't currently know, you can find out in the past using this kind of weird flashback thing.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
that's
could we
my 2 cents.
like use maybe we were sitting there with the guys who are all drinking, and then we're like, we're gonna go play cards, and we walk away, but then actually secretly we sneak toward the ship to, I guess, head off the reinforcements. I just don't know how we're gonna convince them, like this contingent of Marines whose job it is to respond to an alarm. Hey, you can ignore that alarm, like, oh, can we turn off the alarm?
Maybe, yeah. It's part of the ship's electrical system. It's currently hooked up to the city power, but that's a thing you could try to do. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that idea.
All right. So maybe if we just try and shut down the alarm rather than trying to like 2v5 these Marines.
Yes, I love this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, if it's connected to city power, what options will we have for actually trying to cut it off?
Someone could tinker with the local wiring to shut down power to this area. Someone could attune to the electroplasm flowing through the wires and hope for the best and cross their fingers.
I have the option of having a fine lightning hook. Can I use that to like?
You certainly can.
Oh, I like that.
Are there like wires I can just like
Oh yeah.
break that shit?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I want to do that.
The fine lightning hook, the whisper's tool. I always yours can be however you want, Anne. I always picture them as kind of those things they use for wild animals. It's like a pole with a loop on the end of it where they kind of hook it over. Whispers can use those to like hook ghosts or hook onto magical energies and stuff. But it could be whatever style fits runes look. But you have a particularly well-made one, a fine one.
Sweet. I was just trying to think of a way that I could like destroy whatever power equipment is leading to the grid that they're on.
Yeah, I mean, once you loop onto a wire here, whispers can attune to energy and pass it through themselves. So you can basically like try to overload the circuits or.
Oh my god, I'm Sombra. I just EMP.
You could EMP. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's dangerous. This is a dangerous thing to do.
Better, than anything else that I have. So I'd rather attune if that's an option.
If you loop your hook over an exposed wire at the docks and then attune the city power through your body, you can absolutely roll a tune. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna do that shit.
You're gonna do it.
Cool.
You have the opportunity here because you're the social one. If you want to discover where the Marines are during the revelry, that's a thing you can accomplish with conversation.
Would I still be allowed to assist using foresight if I did that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can use foresight.
So I could do both those things,
You can do both those things.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Why don't I?
again, I hesitate to say these kind of things. I don't want to be like, this is how your character can do. You know, that's up to you guys, but because we're still learning, I kind of
Yeah,
want
right.
you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I could do
Okay.
foresight, and then I could say, well, I actually, what like during downtime, I created a false alarm and tracked
Yeah.
exactly how the Marines got to the shipyard and how
And
long.
you watch their reaction force.
Yeah,
What they did.
totally.
Yeah, you can totally do that. That's awesome.
That's what I'm gonna do then.
Nice.
And that you said that's a stress or two?
For that flashback, I think it's one.
Okay.
Because like that requires a little bit of planning and operation on your own there, but totally reasonable that you would do something like that.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't think you have to roll for that necessarily. Like they're not hiding anywhere or something. You just set off the alarm and then watch. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're stationed. They're staying like right across, like where the step was that you were using as an impromptu bar. That leads. Actually, it's kind of in the drawing here for the Roll20 background. Like you can see that there's like the ocean side where the ships are, and then an avenue there with a carriage and some street lights and stuff. And then facing the docks, there are all these row houses and pubs and shops and stuff. So that's about how far away they are. Like where those steps are that go up into the building, the Marines are staying in one of the flop houses across the street.
So would I know about how long it took to get there?
Yeah, it would be like 3 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty fast, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, at least I know where they're coming from. So maybe I just like tell Rune like I know where they'll be coming from. I'll go keep an eye out.
Yeah, you can position yourself like over by where they're coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that. Sure.
Great.
All right.
Meanwhile, Rune hooks herself up to the city power grid. I got this. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my attune. I'm assuming that it's either a risky
Oh, it's desperate.
or desperate roll. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is so there's a whisper special ability called Tempest, which lets you do this kind of thing. You can like channel lightning through your bodies. You don't have that ability. You're just like hooking up to it and going, okay, let's do this. Just like hoping that it works out.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Okay. Standard, limited, or great?
You have a fine tool, your fine lightning hook. So great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then do I have bonus die from what Cataby's doing or no?
Yes, Weed is using his foresight ability.
I used one foresight to do that.
Yep, you get a bonus die from that.
Okay.
It's basically like he gets to help you for free with no stress cost. So
yeah,
you can still push yourself if you want to.
Or is there a devil's bargain?
The easy devil's bargain here is that it destroys your lightning hook because it's not you're not supposed to do this and it just wrecks it. But you get a bonus die because it helps you.
I might want the lightning hook for later. I don't know how to get another one of those. I'm gonna go with just the one bonus die from Cataby.
Okay.
Oh snap!
Oh man!
I'm so good at luck. Thank God. I was so scared.
That was, I mean,
like and Rune gets blown up.
even a 4 or 5 there is severe harm that I can give you, right?
Oh shit. Okay. The 6, man, I needed that. Good.
Yeah. I mean,
done.
You were likely to do it and get electrocuted, right?
Yeah.
But you don't even get electrocuted. You just fucking do it. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. What's it look like? What do you do with the power? Like it flows through you somehow, and then all of this electrical energy like discharges somehow. What do you do with it?
I imagine it very similar to like an EMP basically going off, only it's like coming from my body instead. So just like everything goes like through this like hook into like through my arm and like into my body, and I'm like kind of like glowing and my hair kind of like lifts up, being filled with electricity, and then it just goes poof, like that and just spreads out in this big like dome away from me. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And then everything just goes dark.
Mm-hmm. Nice. The alarm stops. Yeah, it's like the reverse of what we did last time. Before it was the distant bell and then cutting back into the very loud room. And now it's like the very loud EMP electrical situation with Rune. And we cut back into the room and everything is quiet. Like it's dark. The fire is sort of burning on the wall where the electrical systems had hit it. But the dynamo is off. All the ship lights are off. It's like not pitch dark. It's kind of lit by these little embers of the fire in the room.
Oh shit, wait, does that mean that's not going to blow up anymore?
Take your fucking clocks, John.
If that thing's off, it's not going to blow up, right?
That's correct.
It's not going to blow up. That is right.
Yes! Oh, God, that was such a good roll. Sweet.
Well,
I was just focused on the alarm.
not to be the Debbie Downer, but that was how we're going to cover up the bodies. But it's okay. We have time.
But let's give Rune the win here. Reinforcement clock gone, massive fire and explosion clock gone, marine clock gone.
Wow.
Yes.
Good job.
Aren't you glad we decided to not play cards and that you convinced us?
Shaming them into action works.
What are us
Totally
girls
works.
supposed to do? Kill a bunch of people? What did we learn today? If you let tremendous amounts of electricity run through your body, anything is possible.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the
I
dream.
almost died, but we did it.
That's fine.
And I just want to say, like, if you hadn't have done that, like, the next course of action for me would have been the dude on the Russian space station just fucking smashing the fucking shit.
Please don't break.
Just destroying it with wreck.
Yeah, exactly. Woo, man.
So good. Now I can just concentrate on this last dude,
Yeah.
taking his head off.
So
Nice.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Crew nickname the Sixes. The Sixers. The Sixers. Maybe
There
this.
was one before that said the faculty, which I thought was pretty.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Can't like
pretty.
that one.
I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, nice. Cool. Okay, so it's almost time for our break. Maybe we should take it slightly early before we resolve the fate of the captain and the remaining sailors here.
Awesome.
Yeah. In the now pitch dark room lit by tiny glowing fires, Myth, Aldo, and Careless close in on their target. And we'll find out how they dispatch her when we come back. See you guys in a minute.